Hey peeps, Naisha here, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm back on choices, as you can see, and I want to talk about love and layups. Now, love and layups, the summary goes like this. When reality TV fame leads to scandal, a showmance with the team captain could reclaim your spotlight if feelings don't get in the way. Also, there would be spoilers, so just let you know now, there would be spoilers because I'm going to tell you what I think about Love and Layup so far and if I'm going to continue to play it until the end. Again, spoilers. So with Love and Layup, this is giving you reality TV and things like that. Is it gives you kind of like, to me, it gives you like a tame, in my opinion only, it gives you like the tame version of Basketball Wives and stuff like that. Like, that's what it gives me. It gives me like the tame version of that in a way. But it really gives me, you know what? Scratch that. I thought it would give me Basketball Wives, but it actually gives me the TV show The Game. That's what it literally gives me. It gives me the game type of vibe and things like that. But the only difference is, instead of dealing with football, this is dealing with basketball. So yeah. So let's get into it. Okay, so our main character, Nova. I decided to stick with her with the default name because I thought it was cute. Nova Richmond. I thought that was a cute little nickname. I mean, not nickname, but name. So I decided to stick with that, and of course, um, made up my character and stuff like that. Made her like exactly what I want her to look like. Um, but basically, Nova is the girlfriend of, I want to say Kai, but like the name, how his name is like spelled, it's like Kei, so I'm gonna say Key. I don't know. I might be butchering, and if I am, I apologize. Just let me know in the comment if it's Kai or Key. I'm gonna stick with Key because like the K, the E is what's throwing me off. Like I'm that's from like the Kei, like I don't know, it's just throwing me off, but I'm gonna just pronounce it as Key. So Nova is with Key. Like the first time we see Nova, she's with Key, and they are doing that whole thing where you know how the draft picks and stuff like that and stuff. So and apparently Key finds out that the Rampage, like his like favorite team and stuff, he finds out that they basically demanded to go first in the draft pick, and he knows like they're going after him and stuff like that, and that makes him nervous and stuff. And of course, why Key is nervous, because this is a big moment for him and everything like that. Nova is like basically trying to calm him down, and she succeeds. And I want to say, is she a producer? Yeah, I want to say a producer. She sees this, and she basically lets Nova know. Her name's Piper, by the way, the producer. Her name's Piper. She lets Nova know that, like, she can make her into, like, reality TV star. And so 1 month later, also he's been drafted to the Rampage and stuff. But yeah, 1 month later, Nova is getting ready for her, TV debut and stuff like that. And we meet the, I want to say the director with her. I want to say like the cameraman. I'm talking about director, cameraman, Darren, and of course, at this moment, you know, Nova, she seems happy. However, her relationship with Key, you see just a little bit of it, but you see that it's not the same as it was when we first saw them. Like, this is a month later, and it seems like Key is just focused on, again, focus on him being like, basketball play, like, practice and all that stuff. He's focused on him. He's not really focused on the relationship um that's making Nova sad, especially because he, like, when he gets home, it's not no lovey-dovey. It's not hey babe or hey love or hey honey darling. It's none of that. It's like, Nova, where's my protein shake? I'm like, ooh, could not be me, because I'm telling you, if someone said, Naisha, where's my protein shake? I'm gonna say it's in the crack of your. I'm sorry, no, I wouldn't say that, but but I'm just saying, it's like, dang, like, you just come home and that's what you say to her, and it's like, and then like he come, like when he sees her and stuff like that, like she's all dressed up, she's looking cute in a cute little outfit, and he don't say nothing like that. He's still wearing about the protein shake, and she tells him, she was like, it's literally in the kitchen on the counter where it always be. And instead of him like going to get it, he just stands there looking at her, and she has to go get it. When I tell you, I was like, oh baby, no. I was like, oh, oh, this book gonna make me mad. Okay. 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 I was like, what? I was like, I'm sorry, but like when I read that, I was like, are you kidding me? Really? You lying to me. You lying to me. Okay. And then he leaves and he doesn't even give her a kiss and stuff. And of course, Nova tells Darren about it. Like, yeah, Nova, talks to Darren about it. Darren says, like, maybe this is just a little sacrifice she has to make. And I'm thinking to myself, BS, that should not be a sacrifice that you have to make. No, absolutely not. You are ishing me. I don't care how famous he is. You gonna give me a kiss before you go to practice. Like, what? But anywho, they then go to the stadium because that's where Piper told Darren and Nova to meet them. Cause like, yeah, they also have a game coming up. Like, not a game coming up, but it's actually happening. So yeah, they go, and also, I'm gonna say a lot, so I apologize. But yeah, so Darren leaves Nova for a bit because he has to get something for Piper, and Nova gets lost. And while she's getting lost, she realizes that she's by like the lockers for the basketball players, more specifically the Rampage. And so she decides, she also has I forgot to mention, but she also bought a picture to help Key remember like why he decided to be a basketball player. I don't know why she bought the picture and stuff like that. I don't know. I guess like a memory to make him remember the good old days. Yeah. I think, yeah, to make him remember the good old days. Yeah, that is correct. And then while she's going in there, she sees a naked guy. That's the description we get. and stuff like that. Like she sees a naked guy, and I just find it funny because choices, you messy. Choices is messy because tell me what they was talking about the guy, and they was talking about like the heavy. I'm sorry. I just bust out laughing because it's like the heaviness it is, and I just was like, what? Like the way they worded it was just funny to me. It just made me chuckle a bit. But anyway, yeah, she ends up meeting this guy. Like she also drops the picture and the glass is everywhere. And the guy, tells her like don't move because she closed her eyes and she was about to just bolt out of the locker room. However, I'm assuming that the glass was around her, and so he says like just wait until I get ready. Wait until I get like ready a bit, and then you can move, because like he was like, yeah, don't move yet because like there's glass everywhere. And so when he says like he's dressed to receive, he's basically wearing some shorts and stuff like that. And so and he's still half naked because he's shirtless. I don't know why he had to be shirtless, but you know what, that's neither here nor there. Also, I'm gonna talk about that later because I want to talk about the faces too. I'm gonna talk about that later, but let's get back into the whole thing of y'all. Anywho, so you could tell like that Nova, and his name is Reese. You could tell that Nova and Reese like each other, the way the eyes linger just a little bit too long and things like that. And also just like how gentle he is. I don't know. It's just like it's how it seems like someone's a little too gentle with a person. Like they wouldn't be gentle with anybody else, but they gentle with this person and things like that. And also like the chemistry between them, it was just like there's a spark. It's like ooh and stuff. And they do end up cleaning up the glass and things like that. And what else? I want to say after that, like the team comes in, and of course, Key's like, Nova, what you doing here? And Nova says she bought his picture, and she also wanted to get a kiss, a goodbye kiss from him because he didn't do it. And of course, his team is heckling him and things like that. But of course, Sterling, I want to say he said his name Sterling. Yeah, I want to say he said his name Sterling and stuff like that. Um, I do know he introduces himself. I just can't remember when, but basically Sterling, that's his last name. He basically also goes on this, I want to say tangent, but like this speech about like why they should be the best of the best of the best of the best type of situation. And of course, Nova is in awe of this, mainly because like he has that vibe, that aura about him that's just like it's like ooh, leader and stuff like that. And of course, Key comes up to Nova and says like he's angry, and because he feels like Nova is embarrassing him and things like that. And I'm already just my love for Key. I'm sorry, but my love for Key, I don't care, because it's like nah, like he doing too much in my opinion. Like love for, like my love for him is lost. It evaporated because like what, he just don't seem like the same anymore. And so of course Sterling comes back to her and says that he could give her a tour because like I said, she got lost and things like that. So, and she ends up telling Key that like she got lost and stuff, but he just seemed like he a hole But Sterling, he's more compassion. Like, he has more empathy for Nova than Key, because he's like, it's understandable. And he said, and he also offered to show her around, which she takes him up on that offer and things like that. And she also loves how passionate he is. And that's what I like about Sterling as well. Like, I like the fact that he's very passionate. Like the way he talks, it's like you won't, like his passion for basketball makes you want to learn more about basketball. It's just, and then how he cares about his teammates and how he goes through everything with them. He also makes sure that they always have dinner together. I just think that's just so dope. Like him as a captain of the basketball team, it's just chef kisses, because he's like everything you want like a leader to be in a way. So it was refreshing to see. And of course Nova, you know, she she feeling him. She's feeling him and stuff like that. And then of course they have their little moments. They always have like little small moments here and there. Especially like there's a moment where like they're playing 1-on-1 and they end up falling. She's on top of him and things like that. And then of course, again, like they have this little moment, but they snap out of it because like it's time for Sterling to, play basketball. Because there's a game. And of course, Nova, she goes to the family and friends section of the, yeah. Yeah, she goes to the family and friends section. And before they do that, they also have a little moment once again, but and then it goes away. And so she goes there and she meets the other wives and girlfriends and fiancés of the basketball players, and like it's a variety, because I know I want to say, cuz you she meets Soda Late. I'm going to call her S cuz I can't pronounce her name. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't pronounce her name. I'm just going to call her S. She's a sweetheart though. S is, I want to say she's a actress. Yeah, she's an actress, and she's also married to a basketball player. I forgot her wife's name. Her wife's a basketball player. I just know that she said her wife um plays for the LA Scorpions. And then we have Bambi. Bambi Bambi, the thing about Bambi, because like the thing about her is she is more than just a pretty face, but she can only show that she's a pretty face on this TV show. And that really sucks, because it's like, wow, she can only show like that she's only a pretty face. But yeah, her husband is on some other team. Same thing with Chardonnay. Chardonnay boyfriend is on the same team as Bambi's husband. And then Serena husband is on the same team as Nova's boyfriend Key, which is the LA Rampage. However, we don't know who her husband is just yet. We just know she's like the mean girl of it all. Like, to me, she's like the mean girl. Like, yeah, Serena's the mean girl. Bambi's the pretty chick. Chardonnay is just about her. S is basically the sweetheart, and then of course, with our character, there's 3 options that we could pick for our character. There's instigator, darling, and victim. I picked darling because I ain't seen nothing wrong with being like a TV reality darling. Like I ain't seen nothing wrong with that. Like being the sweetheart, I ain't seen nothing wrong with that. I could be the sweetheart. Um I know that's probably the safe choice, but I don't care. This is how I play. Anyway. And besides, to me, Nova, like she's like a sweetheart. So yeah. And Serena's like, oh my goodness, another sweetheart and stuff like that. And of course, Serena, she's like, you got this is a whole new ball game. This ain't just basketball. This is about survival. It was a whole lot. I was like, oh, this is how y'all think for real. Oh, I'm so glad that I ain't gotta worry about this, because it's like, what? It's like the things that like you have to do and things like that. It was just crazy. Serena takes Nova like one-on-one to get like to basically catch Nova on like the rules of the wives and stuff like that. And some of the rules I understood, because like there's one rule that says like, hug the wife first before you hug the player. And I was like, I mean, I would do that automatically. I wouldn't even hug the player. Like I'd give him a dap or something. But if I'm mainly trying to be friends with his wife, especially if she cool and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. It's like, nobody care about the players like that. Like I'm just saying. But it's like rules like that. And of course, what did Nova say? Nova's so naive in this moment. She's very naive right now, because she's like, but what if I'm friends? What if I'm like already friends with the player and stuff like that? And Serena's like, you still gotta go to the wife. And Nova's like, this is ridiculous. And I was like, what is ridiculous? Because like, isn't the goal to basically be friends with the wives? Because like, again, you own this TV show. This TV show basically about the girlfriends, wives, fiancés, basically the family of the basketball players. It's like you gonna want to make some friends, baby. And you why are you worrying about the players? You like, what? You gotta worry about the wives. Like, what? Why are we worrying about the play? No, bump the players. It's the wives. You gotta make friends. You gotta make alleys and stuff like that. Like, I didn't understand what she was talking about. Like, it was like, what? Okay. Like, she's very naive in a way. I was just like, oh, how you be this naive? And you dating? Like, I was like, okay, all right. But yeah. And we also get some information about some of the wives and stuff like that. Basically, S and her wife, who is the basketball player. Basically, S and her wife are the only ones that have an awesome marriage. And Serena calls them basic. I was like, what you mean? What you mean? No, what you mean basic? That's everybody's dream, to have a awesome relationship. What you mean? Because like, basically, S and her wife, they are high school sweethearts. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Like, they knew each other. Like, I just thought that was beautiful. I was like, yes. Y'all can't see me, but I'm clapping my I'm clapping my hands right now. But yeah, I was like, yay. Like, that's awesome. And stuff like that. I didn't see nothing wrong with that, but she called them basic. I was like, excuse me. Basic? Not to mention. Like, what? Like, she got her own career, her wife got her own career, like, and they could still make it work. Like, her wife's a famous basketball player, she's a famous actress, and you talking about like they're basic? Excuse me? Hater. She's a hater. 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 Serena to me is a hater. I'm gonna get on her later, but to me she's a hater. Cause I was like, wait, what? You lying. And so then we get to Chardonnay. Chardonnay, basically, she's a daughter of a former basketball legend. Well, yeah, she's a daughter of a basketball legend, I should say. Yeah, she's a daughter of a basketball legend, and she's dating this guy. However, this guy had a wife and got kids. However, like, he left his wife and kids for Chardonnay. And then with Bambi, I ain't gonna lie, Bambi kind of, Bambi's situation kind of hurt my feelings. Because I was like, well, not hurt my feelings, but made me sad for her. Because, like, it's like, dang. Yeah, child, I would have let him go. But basically, Bambi's situation is that when her husband will look at other women, she would fix something. Basically, she would do something new to her face, whether it's Botox, fillers, getting a little, Tata situation, whatever the nip and tuck, whatever whenever he looks, she'll do something new to herself. And I was like, And the only reason why I say this is because when we get to know more about Bambi, we realize she has her own, med spa. Like, she has, matter of fact, it's a med spa chain. Like, she has, like, her own businesses. And she has a medical license. I forgot in what. But it's like, are you kidding me? And you changing for this dude? You know what? Okay. Alright. So, when we met all of them, know all the lowdown, and Serena tells Nova what she needs to tell her. They go back, because like I said, after they have their one-on-one, they go back to like the section where they was in. And of course, Cameron's filming all of this, by the way. And so then what happens is that, like, we see the, like, what happened is, like, they said, like, I forgot what they call it, the Jumbotron, it plays, like, Reese Sterling, who is, like, the guy who Nova, like, ran into in the locker room. And then, of course, they also show Serena Sterling, who is Reese's wife. And, of course, Nova, she sees this. She's like, oh, that's her husband. The one who she was feeling attracted to. She was like, oh, okay. I'm going to be honest. Serena, oh, you bag you. I'm sorry, but Reese is foreign. Especially the one that I picked. He foreign. I was like, oh, okay. Hey. But yeah, I was like, oh, hey. And stuff. But yeah, and then after that, the Jumbotron basically shows a footage of a picture of Reese and Nova bumping into each other, but they made it seem like, but like the way it looks, it made it seem like they like were intimate, but they wasn't. They just bumped into each other and things like that. So yeah, and of course, like, she's shocked by this, and Key's angry by this. Reese, he's shocked. He like, what the world's going on here? And of course, Nova turns to Serena and she sees Serena smirking. And I was like, oh no. I already know what's going to happen because the camera is not on Serena yet. But when the camera gets on Serena, the smirk has disappeared. It's with a scowl. And she's like, you traitorous to be. And then she slaps Nova. And I'm thinking to myself, Nova, slap her back. Because how dare you? Nothing happened, okay? Nothing actually happened. Like, yes, they have chemistry. Yes, there was spark. But, like, nothing happened. Because, like, Nova knew she was with Key. And I'm pretty sure. But you know what? Let me take that back. Because, like, in chapter 2, we find out that Reese is basically separated from Serena. And they are getting a divorce. So, but yeah, that's how chapter 1 ends. With Nova getting slapped. And of course, nothing happens about that. Chapter 2 picks up with Nova basically in the confessional. And of course, Piper wants her to talk about it. And Nova's just trying to figure out what happened because, like, there's pictures that seem like her and Reese are cheating on their significant other when that's not the case. They just bump into each other. This is the first time they met each other. So it's like, wait, what? And so all the speculation and stuff like that, not to mention Key put out like he's no longer with Nova and that he's kicking her out. I'm like, oh wow, we're not gonna talk about it. Okay. Alright. And so Darren is of course trying to tell like Nova she got to spin this and spin this around and things like that. And of course Nova's like, she don't want to do this no more. And Piper's like, well, you gonna have to do this. You gonna get kicked out the show because you ain't no girlfriend no more. Like, you was on the show because you was a girlfriend of a basketball player. You ain't no girlfriend of a basketball player no more. You just a bum right now. Like, she didn't say it like that, but that's how I took it. And of course, you know, Nova, she doesn't really know what to do, but she decides to take Darren's advice and just, like, you know, try to spin this so she could stay on the show. And they go house shopping because, you know, she got kicked out of Key's house. So, you know, they go house shopping. And they bring the other women. They bring S, Chardonnay. Is it Solar Day? I think it's Solar Day. I'm going to call her Day. Because I at least want to give her a name other than S. But I'm going to call her Day. So sorry that, like, I'm all over the place. But yeah. So S is not Day now because I just want to give her something else other than S. But Day, Chardonnay, and Bambi, they go house shopping with Nova. And it's the funniest thing ever because especially Chardonnay and Bambi, Day is actually being like, she's being a nice person because Day is a nice person regardless. Like, she's not faking nothing like that. She's a nice person. However, Chardonnay and Bambi are a character because Chardonnay's like this house shopping and like the houses are horrible and she's like, what is this? Bambi's like I just got Botox and my Botox is gone because of how shocked she is by these houses. I was like, oh wow, not the Botox all gone. Okay, interesting. I just thought that was funny. It's a little funny, little like, it's just a little funny little moment and things like that. And of course, they are telling her like, they tell us more rules that needs to happen because, like, you know, either she needs to get him back or she needs to spend this or she needs to, like, Laura up. Like, she needs to do something. They basically are trying to give her advice and things like that. And they also decide for revenge. Chardonnay was like, you still got his credit card. Use his credit card. And so they end up using his credit card to go to the spa and things like that. That was funny as well. Because again, they're giving her more. They're telling her what to do, how to keep her man, saying like, I know Chardonnay was like, if you want to keep him, you need to let him have a side piece. And I'm thinking like, ooh, no, that's not gonna happen. Nova was like, no, 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 that ain't how we play it. I'm thinking like, yes, Nova, tell her that's not how we play it. A second piece, no, mm mm. He could just leave her alone if he wants a side piece. He could just leave her alone. Like, no, we don't do that. We don't do that here. And of course, Charnay was like, oh, you need to know. We're not doing that. And of course, Day agrees. It's like, no, no side pieces, no sharing. Like, I'm gonna tell you, I feel like Day is gonna be my favorite, like, side character. Like, she's already my favorite side character, just by like her personality, but I just feel like she's gonna be my favorite. Her and Bambi, because because sometimes Bambi, she could be a little funny, especially with the Botox situation. That was hilarious. When she said, that was so funny. She's like, my Botox is like gone because like because she had like the Pikachu shock face. When she saw how horrible the houses were. Like, I ain't gonna lie, the first house was horrible. I was like, oh. And then, like, there was a moment where, like, she opened up the refrigerator, where Nova opened up the refrigerator. I don't know what type of charcuterie, I'm sorry, ugh, oh my God, why can't I say charcuterie board? I'm just gonna say board with meats. There was like a board of meats, and let's just say the meats just didn't look edible. Matter of fact, it looked scary. Like, the picture of it was scary. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you. It was just scary. And stuff like that. So yeah, it's like it was crazy. However, after the revenge, Key does call Nova, but Nova doesn't pick up because Nova was like, I tried to call you, but you ain't gonna pick up the phone. Why I'm calling you, but you want me to pick up the phone? Why you calling me? Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen, baby. No. And she ends up spending $14,000 off of the credit card because that's how much the spa costs. And then after that, Darren tells her that they got to go back to Key's mansion. They go back to Key's mansion. They see that Nova's clothes is on the lawn and stuff like that. And of course, Nova goes into the house because she's furious because it's like Key's not really speaking to her. And so she goes up the stairs. She hears moaning. And of course, we see Serena and Key together. And it's like they went all the way. Like, and it's like Nova's like, I don't know who you are anymore. And then Key's like, well, you did it first. And Nova's like, I ain't do nothing first. Matter of fact, I didn't even cheat on you. I'm faithful to you. But since you want to be like this, oh, I'm tearing up the place. And she busts the windows in the mansion. She throws his clothes. She also scratches, and not only scratch, but slaps the crap out of Serena. Well, it doesn't say that, but I'm hoping she does because Serena is like, Serena, run me my fade. Run me my fade. Because what? And stuff like that. And of course, Nova, she's also crying, but like, she's getting her payback and things like that. Then we see that Reese, he comes into the house, and he's like, he sees Key and Serena, and he looks at Serena and is like, really? This is what we doing, Serena? This is what we doing? And Serena's like, I'm doing what I need to do. And so Reese like, bet. And he takes Nova, he's like, come on, let's go. And she was like, she has no place to go. He was like, yeah, you do. You do got a place to go. Come on, let's go. And so they go to a bar, and of course, people are mean mugging them because they think that they actually cheated, which they didn't. And Serena is still sending Reese pictures of her and Kai just doing everything. I'm talking about Kai, but her and Key doing everything in Key's house and stuff like that. And while they're doing that, Nova, she's taking out her frustration on Reese, which I didn't like. That part I didn't like, because I was like, there's no need to be angry with Reese. Reese didn't do this. Reese didn't cause this. This wasn't his fault. He's just much of a victim as you are, so why are you getting angry at Reese? I didn't like that part. And Reese basically said straight, it was like, don't you find it interesting that there's that like the camera caught that and stuff, like us just meeting each other and stuff like that? Don't you think that's a coincidence and things like that? And then it adds up because I forgot to mention this before, but they were saying how there was like earlier in chapter 2, the girls, basically Day, Chardonnay, and Bambi, they was telling Nova that Key is basically Reese's replacement. Like, there's talk that Key is supposed to replace Reese. And because Serena is Reese, wife, is like, well, we find out that Reese and Serena are getting a divorce. They've been separated. Like, Reese says that they've been separated. He got his own place and stuff like that. They've been separated. And so that makes her think about the conversation that they had, which is like, Key is a hot, like, he's a hot commodity right now because he is going to replace Reese. And so Serena is jumping on Key because, like, he's going to replace Reese. He's going to be the new hot commodity and things like that. Like, he's already hot. He's going to be even hotter. So of course Serena just snag, like I said, snatchies to Key. And of course, Nova, she makes, she puts 2 and 2 together because Serena kept talking, especially in chapter 1, she kept talking about how, like, kept talking about relationships, and not only that, but how, like, you have to stay relative in the game and things like that. And, like, the way she was speaking, Nova's like, okay, so that's why she wanted Key. And Key is only doing stuff out of anger because he actually think Nova cheated, which I'm thinking to myself, I wouldn't want him back. I wouldn't ever want Key back, because how you gonna think that she cheated on you? She been with you for 4 years and stuff like that. You know her character and all that stuff, and you gonna sit there and think she's cheating on you? Yeah, you a bum. You deserve everything what karma is going to give you and stuff like that. But Nova, basically, because also Darren, Darren earlier in chapter 2, Darren was suggesting Nova that she and Reese could say that she and Reese had something going on, but she didn't want to do that. And so Nova brings that back to Reese. She was like, you know what? Let's let's fight fire with fire, since Serena want to play this game. She's like, let's fight fire with fire. Let us be in a relationship. And he's like, And then he keeps getting more pictures from Serena. He's like, you know what? Let's do it, but have rules. And that's how it ends. And then, of course, it also ends with, like, it says, next time on, which I thought was funny, next time on Love and Layups. And then, like it does that type of situation. Like I said, it gives you more of a soap opera type of feel to it, versus an actual reality TV show, in my opinion. It gives me a soap opera vibe slash, not only that, but like it gives me soap opera slash the game. Like, that's what it gives me. It really gives me that. But overall, it's interesting, I would say the least. It's very interesting. The thing that I just don't like, that ticked me off, well, I'm gonna be honest, there's a few things I don't like. One, I'm so mad at the female love interest. Like if anyone does decide to stick, if someone decides to like pick a woman love interest, because I seen like, and of course, you know, they got different versions of her. But I saw the black version of her. I was like, I like her face more than I like my character's face. Don't get twisted now. I like my character's face. Like, she has a pretty face. Don't get twisted. But I liked it. The love interest, I was like, she is gorgeous. Why you didn't give us her? Because she a baddie. Why you didn't give us the baddie? You gave us, like, again, no shade to the main character, how the main character look, the black main character looks, but like, she's cute and stuff like that. But I'm thinking like, oh my goodness, the love interest is gorgeous. I want my character to look like her. You choices, you help us. You gotta give us good ones. I'm sorry, it's just not, it's not fair that the love interest faces, you give the love interest the good faces. Give us some good faces too. Like, I mean, give us some good faces, but give us some better faces is what I mean. And stuff like that. Because my character, like, she's pretty, but she's like this adorable pretty. And stuff like that. Like, she's like this adorable pretty. And stuff like that. It's like, ain't nothing wrong with it, but it's like, I like that face style. But anywho, I will say that the Reese that I chose, because I chose Phase 1. Phase 1 to me, he foreign. I was like, oh. I looked through the other faces. I was like, they alright. I was like, they alright. Like, I want to say they could have been better if it wasn't for the hair. And that's the thing with some of these love interests. The hair just don't be fit. Now, the women love interests, they be on point. Like, they always look like snatch. But the men, they be looking kind of raggedy. Like, it be the hair. It be the hair. And, like, you know, either they don't have any, like, facial hair, or, like, it literally just be the hair. And so for them, it's the hair. So that's why I was like, ugh. But the first one, I like the first one. So I kept the first one. I like the first one. What else didn't I like? Oh yeah. I don't like the fact of how this started. This is what I thought it was going to be like. And I guess the way I thought is very cliche. I will say I like the fact that choices went out of the box with this one, because like what I was thinking was very cliche, because I was thinking Key was feeling himself too much, dumps her for like one of the hotties on the show, or not only that, either dump her for a holiday on the show or has a new woman. You feel me? And of course, that leaves her heartbroken and things like that. And of course, Reese, he comes in and they have a fake ship and stuff like that. But I'm thinking it was going to like start differently. I mean, start like the way I said. Basically like he basically feel himself, he being the a-hole. However, I like this new, I like the, yeah. I don't know why I can't talk right now. But anyway, I like what they did with this because basically they made it seem like Reese and Nova are the bad guys, and of course Key, he's kind of sort of the victim in a way. And of course Serena, like, it seemed like she's like the villain and stuff like that. It just seemed like she's the villain. And of course, like, she has a side to her too, because you see a little glimpse of her being vulnerable, but it's just a little teeny glimpse. So I would love to know more about that, like why she decided to do this. Because even if Key does replace Reese, I feel like Reese, because of the type of person he is, I feel like anything he do is going to be gold. So I feel like he was going to be good regardless if he's out of the game or not. So I want to understand her motives and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to keep reading it because this is very interesting to me. I think that another thing that I don't like is how naive Nova could be at times, because it's like some of the stuff is common sense in a way. Like if you think about it, it's like common sense. And it's like sometimes Nova, she ain't got that much common sense, or she's just a little too naive. Because I was like, wait, what? Especially the comment about like it being ridiculous to address the wife first and like basically go by what the wife said and stuff like that. She thought that was so ridiculous. I was like, how's that ridiculous? You trying to get to know the wife. You're not trying to be friends with the player. You're trying to be friends with the wife. And also it's by respect, because it's like, so you're not going to show her respect. You just going to say hey to him and then say hey to her. Like, you would want to speak to her first. I was like, yeah, Nova, you tripping. But yeah, interesting to see where this takes us, especially since Nova and Reese do have chemistry. Again, this wasn't. I'm kind of shocked how into this I am, because like I said, I'm more of a vampire, werewolf type of chick. I'm just saying, murder mystery type of chick. Like, that's the type of person I am. Like, I love me a good murder mystery. I love me a good vampire, werewolf story. So with Love and Layups, this dealing with like fake romance, going to romance, and then also having reality TV in the mix is interesting to me. And I'm interested to see this. So choices. Okay, I see what you're doing. But let me know down in the comments below what you guys think, especially for those who are playing this now, like especially for the VIP members, like what you think about this, and those who are watching other people play this, because I know there's a few people that are probably playing this story on here. I mean, on YouTube and stuff like that. So let me know what you guys think of this story if y'all are seeing this. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Just give me, I just need to know what people think of it, because I just think this is going to be a hot mess, but very interesting, especially because I need to know like why Serena is doing this, because like I was like because it's like you could do so much stuff, because like I said, with Bambi, She got her own business. Day is an actress. Chardonnay, she you know, she's a nipple baby. But yeah. But yeah, she's a nipple baby. So it's like it's I don't know, it's just it'd be interesting to see what's to come. Like what's like Serena's excuse. Like, do she think she like I don't know. It'll just be interesting to see. Like I'm curious to know like what's going on in her head. But that's all I have to say about Love and Layups. I would definitely be playing this especially to the end to give you my whole full review, because I feel like there is more shenanigans to come, especially with dealing with Serena. Cause I just feel like Serena's gonna she's already gonna be annoying. She's already annoying to me already, so it's just like, but yeah. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and thank you so much for staying this far. And I apologize for all the and me just not pronouncing my words. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get better, guys. I'm gonna get better. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.